Hi guys, it's little Shellder here, and today I wanted to talk about my least favorite shiny Pokemon from the Kanto region. It's always super exciting to encounter a shiny Pokemon, but no matter what, it's going to be less exciting if you think that that shiny Pokemon is ugly. For every beautiful shiny Pokemon out there, there's an ugly shiny Pokemon, and today I'm going to talk about 15 ugly shiny Pokemon from the Kanto region. There have been countless times where I've phased while hunting a specific Pokemon and the shiny I ended up, while exciting, just isn't pretty. Whether it be an unfortunate color scheme, colors that hardly change, or the new color just doesn't fit the Pokemon, there are just some shinies that don't make the cut. So, the first shiny that I wanted to discuss from Kanto is Gengar. Gengar has a notoriously bad shiny. I often hear, why would they design it to look that way? The answer to that? Well, they didn't. During generations 1 through 5, their shinies were based on a palette swap algorithm rather than intentionally designing the way that they look. Gengar unfortunately got the short end of the stick and was stuck with a shiny that hardly looks any different. For my shiny Gengar design, I took inspiration from its Mega Evolution and made him white as a ghost. I also decided to darken his eyes a little to make them pop just a little bit more. I think that this shiny design looks absolutely stunning, and I hate that Gengar is forever stuck with a disgusting palette swap. Next up is Chansey. Personally, I want to know who looked at this palette swap and thought, an egg Pokemon. The color of a rotten egg. Yes, we will not change this. Shiny Chansey is nauseating. This shiny looks like an old, rotten boiled egg. If this were a top 10 worst shiny Kanto Pokemon list, it would be number 1. This shiny takes an adorable, sweet Pokemon and destroys it. My redesign would be based on a not rotten boiled egg, and color it with white and yellow. I think this shiny is much cuter than its original and isn't your stereotypical pink to blue shiny like most pink Pokemon pre-Generation 6. Next up on this list is Dragonite. I don't think his shiny is particularly bad, I just don't like when shiny Pokemon aren't consistent with the rest of their evolutionary line. And since the rest of Dragonite's evolutionary line happens to be an adorable pink, it stands out the most to me. For Dragonite shiny, I would take the green areas and turn them white, then make his stomach pink and wings orange. This color scheme is the same used on Dratini and Dragonair. I don't think this design necessarily looks better or worse, it's just something I would prefer over its original design, as I love the other two from the line so much. Yes, I do know that Dragonite has never matched its evolutionary line, and it also bothers me in its non-shiny form. However, its non-shiny form bothers me slightly less because I actually like the colors on its non-shiny form. I think the non-shiny version of Dragonite is actually extremely charming. My biggest problem with shiny Dragonite is that it shares the same colors as Barney, and that is just not cute.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
The next shiny has an issue similar to Gengar's. Seal's shiny is almost identical to its regular coloring. It's been improved upon since Game Freak made the switch to 3D models, but it's still hardly noticeable. A few other YouTubers, such as Dallas, aka the Supreme Arcanines, and Candy Eevee have suggested making the shiny black instead, like other sea lions are in nature. I think that that's a great idea, but if we're looking for a natural look, I actually prefer this pup in a shade of chocolate brown. Look how cute he looks. Also, all of the sea lions I've ever seen in aquariums have been brown, so I think that's just where my preference stems from. Have you ever looked at a Pokemon and just thought, man, that Pokemon would look so much better if it looked like a turd? If so, Onyx is the shiny Pokemon for you. All jokes aside, shiny Onyx is just a monstrosity. It is the most disgusting shade of vomit green. If it were up to me, I would color it brown like a rock. Alright, I know, brown also makes Onyx look like a piece of poop, but it also makes him look like a rock, so it's okay. Green doesn't look like a rock. I also just prefer making him brown over making him gold or any other kind of weird mineral color. I think he looks really good in brown. To get this exact shade of brown, I actually color grabbed from a golem, so it's the perfect shade of Pokemon rock color, and I think it looks great on Onyx. Another popular design for Onyx is to give it a crystal or diamond effect, which I've paired with light yellow eyes. I think this is also a beautiful, more flashy take for shiny Onyx. I do prefer the brown one, but this is also a very nice design, and I can see why people like it. Next on our list is our one and only mascot, Pikachu. Being that Pikachu is the mascot of the series, you would think it would be the exception to the palette swap algorithm, but you're wrong. Game Freak did Pikachu dirty. Pikachu's shiny looks almost exactly the same. While this isn't really a bad shiny, our mascot definitely deserves better than this. For Pikachu's redesign, I would make his body lighter instead of darker and also make his cheeks white. On top of these changes, I would also make all of his brown stripes black. These are subtle changes, but I think they really make for a much more exciting shiny than what we were given. Like I said before, I don't really like it when shiny Pokemon don't look like the rest of their evolutionary line. However, for the love of God, someone help Nidoqueen! Nidoqueen kept the color of Nidoran and Nidorina's body, but got it in the form of a bikini, then took the tiny hint of green that the other two have and was given nasty green skin. This shiny is just disgusting. I would love to see her skin change to a lovely light pink and the rest of her accent colors be white, similar to Chansey's original coloring. I chose these colors because they complemented her counterpart, Nidoking's shiny, very well. I think this power couple would look so much better if this was her coloring instead. Unfortunately, that's not the case and we're stuck with Shrek wearing a Pepto-Bismol bikini.
Oh, hello there!
Next up on our list is our poor boy Zubat. I usually really like green shinies, but Kanto just has so many terrible green shinies. Zubat and Golbat are actually sharing a spot on this list because they're equally as bad. They both have neon green as their main color and weird pinks as their accent color. Zubat's pink is slightly more nude in color, while Golbat is the same pink used in Nidoqueen, which we already decided was not a great color combo. If I were to remake their shinies, I would make the main part of their body gray, and their wings would be a blood red. After all, they're bats, so I figured a vampire look would be fitting. If these were their shinies, I would be so excited and I would definitely be hunting them. What a missed opportunity. The next set of shinies may shock you, but it's our original starters, Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. While I don't mind Squirtle's shiny as much, none of them are really that amazing, and for such an iconic trio, they deserve better. I think the best change for Bulbasaur would be to make its body a toxic purple, since it does eventually evolve into a poison type. I kept its bulb green because I think it's a nice contrast to its insanely purple body. For Charmander, all I did was take the same palette used for shiny Charizard. Charizard without question has an amazing shiny and Charmander deserves the very same. For Squirtle, since I don't really think it has a bad shiny at all I did was take Wartortle's shiny, color pick the skin color, and put it on Squirtle. Admittedly, I do like this more than the original. I have a preference for purple shinies though, and Wartortle is one of my favorites, so it's really just a personal change I would make if I had the power to. Squirtle looks fine without the change though. I do think altogether these three look much better after my redesign. While there isn't a huge problem with the way they looked before, they just deserve a lot better. The last set of shinies that I'm going to talk about today are the legendary bird trio. They have the same issue that Pikachu and the starters have, where they're just too important to have lame shinies. These birds hardly change at all other than Moltres turning hot pink, which isn't exactly a great change. For Articuno, I would make it purple, similar to its new Galarian form, which I'm obsessed with. I think the purple still represents its typing nicely and just looks a lot better than the slightly lighter shade of blue. Next up is Zapdos. For Zapdos, I think the body should change to white. I think white is the absolute best color for Zapdos as it still represents its typing, as most lightning appears a cool white, and it looks so much better than a slightly different shade of yellow. For Moltres, I didn't even know where to begin, so I kind of went crazy. First, I changed the flames to blue since fire can also be blue, and then I made the body black. Once I made the body black, its bright red features stuck out way too much, so I turned the brightness down on them, and this was my end result. Does it look good? Not really. Is it better than the original shiny? Probably not. Am I still gonna put it in the video because I can't think of anything else for shiny Moltres? Yeah, I am. There you have it. Those are my least favorite shiny Kanto Pokemon and what I would do if I had the power to change them. Let me know in the comments below what your least favorite shiny Kanto Pokemon are and how you would fix them. If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe if you are new to the channel, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!